stimulant.
Howdy, howdy, y'all. Let me pause the music. If I can find the tab. I've got so much stuff open on my PC right now. I'm working on... So, first off, hi. Hello. How are we? I know it's been forever since I have streamed or put out any kind of content, really. It's just been insanely busy season of life over here, so hopefully I remember how to do this. And yes, we are gonna continue our mermaid from MerMay because I really want to finish this project before we start on something else. But yeah, I hope those of you that are joining me today have been well. Totally just lost my train of thought. Ooh, that is very choppy. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Let me try. So I got some tech issues going on over here. Give me just a second. Don't like that. Uh, 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 uh. Hi, Sonia. I saw you sneak in. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on over here. That is very choppy. I may have to restart and come back. Give me just a second to see if there's anything I can do about it without having to do that. Okay, screen's gonna go black for just a second. That is not what I want to see. Okay, I'm still here. I'm just gonna try and replug in my cam link and see if that makes a difference. I think we fixed it. Okay, we're back. I'm not sure what happened there. If it just got too hot and it was very, very choppy. But that should be much better now. Hi. Hello. How are we? I'm glad to be back with you guys today. Like I said, I know it has been a while. I don't even really know what to say other than just life, you know? So we're gonna work on our mermaid today. I think I'm gonna start off with just doing some colored pencil work on her before we jump back in with the Inktense. And I think I'm gonna do the bottom part of her fan here. I think I'm gonna do this in the same kind of like black that I used on the top of her hair here. So we're gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna start with some colored pencil work here and just kind of see if I can what I can do here. Maybe make some of these areas that I'm not super happy about look a little bit better. But honestly, this is going to be, just, I'm not looking for like realism in portraits here. That's not really my style. How are you, Sonia, if you're still here? I hope you have been well. Let's see. It's a little too orange for what I would like. Good, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm guessing your kiddo is out of school for the summer. Joe had his last exam yesterday. So he is done for the summer, and then our neighbor and Joe's best friend has one more test tomorrow, so I got to take him and drop him off for that. She's been away all week. Oh, nice. A little bit of a break. Just trying to see what I have open here for, or out here for pencils. Hopefully I don't have to pull anything else. But yeah, we had it was kind of scary here yesterday, so I dropped the kids off at like 10:30 because they both had a test at 11:30. And then the plan was our neighbor, uh, her older daughter, was gonna pick the boys, her brother and my son, up and bring them home. So she picked them up, and then like it was torrential downpour here yesterday, like monsoon level, and it was just all at once. And so apparently in a bunch of areas, both like in the urban areas and in the city, the drainage ditches just overfilled so fast they just couldn't keep up, so there was a bunch of like flash flooding. And so the kids were on their way home, and they were in the neighborhood, and I get a text from my son saying, "Hey, I think we're stuck." And I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean you're stuck? Like, where are you guys?" And they were in the neighborhood, not too far from from the house, but I guess they came down into like one of the little crests when you come into uh, our neighborhood, and it had filled with water, and they couldn't tell how deep it was, and by the time they realized, it was too late, and they were already like in the puddle, and so it filled up underneath the car and stalled the car out, and then they started floating. So my kid is dropping like pins so we can find them, and my husband went out to help them out. And by the time I guess he got there, the boys had climbed out of the windows of the car, and they were pushing it down the street, and thankfully somebody came out and kind of helped, and uh, showed them where they could stash the car, because it was like straight, like it was dead. um, and then they got it into somebody's driveway, and Tom brought the kids back, and thankfully they were able to go. I think they must have gone at some point this morning, um, and it started up, and so they brought it back to the. Were able to get it back to the house. But yeah, it was um, poor driver was pretty traumatized, I guess, after that. That's scary as it is, and then you've got your brother and your neighbor in the car with you, but they handled it really well. The boys jumped in and got themselves out of the road, because they were legit like in the middle of the road. And then of course, like, they're pushing it down the street, and thankfully the one dude like stopped and helped, but then there was people that were like speeding through this giant like lake of water, and just hitting the kids with like deluges of water while they're trying to push this car. Didn't bother to slow down or stop or make sure they were okay. But thankfully everyone was okay. And I'm assuming the car started this morning, and they were able to get it back to the house. But yeah, it was kind of wild, because it was sunny and humid. I was actually, when it first started, I was actually out on the I was actually out on the porch with Lorna, and it started raining a little bit, and then it was just like a complete like downpour. And it's supposed to rain again today too, so we will see how that goes. Hopefully not like yesterday. So is kiddo at like camp for the week? Cuz she usually does like a summer program for a little while, right? At the beginning of the summer. I feel like I remember this being a an annual thing. Oh my goodness. I'm going to melt in this office. Barely seen a cloud in the sky all week. Yeah, it was really nice here for a little while, and then just now we're supposed to get rain for like the next 4 days. Non-residential camps before the first time she's away for a couple weeks. Oh wow, so how long is she gone for? I think my niece is done like for the last couple of years. She goes for like a week or so, and this will be the first year I think my nephew is doing it. Eighteen days. Wow. That's 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 pretty intense. Off the hook for dinner. Nice. I am not off the hook for dinner. Although I turned my HelloFresh, I've turned my HelloFresh box back on for this week. So at least I've got a little bit of a an assist on that one. But I really don't want to turn my oven on is the thing. Like being on holiday without going on holiday. Yeah, I bet. The cats are here to boss you around. Yeah. Mine are well, they're napping. They're being behaved right now. At least for the next like 40 minutes. Although I think despite the air conditioner being on, they're kind of they're kind of hot. Lorna's taken to sleeping she's back in her closet basket cuz it's dark in there, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things that I can make in the toaster oven because that doesn't heat the entire kitchen up, but then it also makes it take like twice as long to actually cook any kind of meat. But I'm hoping that I can get back to a semi sort of regular schedule with the channel, at least with the live streams. It's just I had a bunch of like testing and stuff done with the VA and tacking on more appointments and all of that fun stuff. And we started rehearsals for the production that I am working on, and so it's real like early days. So um, it's not like super intense at the moment. Like we don't start doing 2 day a week rehearsals until next month, but I'm picking up some of the admin because I'm dual hatting. I'm stage managing and I'm also one of the performers. So I'm doing the stage manager thing. I was actually working on some stuff before I started stream today. I'm trying to get my rehearsal notes together so I can send those out before the end of the week. But then we're trying to do something to with Dropbox to share files, so I was testing that out, and I'm waiting for one of our production managers slash directors to message me back before I send that portion of it to everybody else, because I had some questions. So and then of course there was the whole debacle with damaging Tom's car. Like that took the wind out of my sails. And then the kids had testing this week, and it was at like 11:30. So they had a bus pickup for them, but I'm here during the day, so I'm was well am doing the drop off, and then our neighbors are doing the pickup. Otherwise, I probably would have been back yesterday, at least until the monsoon hit. But it also looks like I may have a rheumatology referral at some point in my future, and that'll be like an hour and a half drive away when that happens. And I'm just behind on life stuff. Okay, so I think a lot of these little like pieces right here, I'm just gonna do with the colored pencil because it's easier to get in this space. and it would be the backside of the fan that we would see through this anyways. So then on some of them I just have to figure out which parts I want to color in. So probably this. The Chromaflows and the Colorsoft actually play kind of nice together. It's almost like using the Chromaflows as a blender pencil for the Colorsoft. Okay, we'll go with that for right now, and then I'm just gonna turn this so I can get into these little spaces. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. I am guessing it's probably going to be a pretty chill stream today, which is fine. That's okay. Better than chaos. Who needs more chaos, right? I think the world is full of enough of that right at the moment. I definitely know I don't need more chaos in my life. Oh, hey Pam, how are you? Thank you so much for the thumbs up and the share. I appreciate it. How are you? Cataract surgery? Oh my goodness. How has the recovery been? How's your vision? I imagine at least for the first little bit afterwards, the last thing you want to do is be on a computer. Had one eye done and it wasn't so bad. Well, that's good. So they're just doing one at a time. That way you're not completely like. can't see the color, but still hopped on. Well, once everything is done and heals back up, but I'm glad the recovery is going well. Yeah, that makes sense. That way, like, you know, especially like if you're on your own, and don't have people that could, like, I don't want to say babysit, but that could you know, help, like if you were essentially completely sightless. So it does make sense to do one at a time. Speaking of that, um I posted about it when I dropped uh my message yesterday. So we we got enrolled in the I guess it's still in beta for the communities tab. So there's the post tab, which I'm the only one, I think, myself and my mods with editors rights, that can do like polls and things like that. Um and now we have the communities tab, so you guys can actually share your photos and your work and whatnot on the communities tab. It's only available on the mobile app right now, it looks like. So if you go to, and this is the app, I don't think it will work if you're using like Chrome or something like that, if you're using Safari or the browser. But if you go to the channel on mobile, you'll see this visit community community tab. And so you guys can actually make posts and share your photos and what. Oh, see, and I didn't even get notified that Thea posted over there. So that I wish I got, because it said 22 hours ago. Um, but I don't see anything in my notifications that says that she posted, unless it got like buried back there. Because if I just go to, like, I actually have to click the tab. I know that when I'm on mobile, I can see other people's like on other channels that I subscribe to. I can see uh what people post, like their communities. So like I follow Midas Touch, and I get down here, if I scroll through the stuff from like other people's communities, but apparently it doesn't tell me that somebody posted it on my communities tab, because I don't have a notification for it, unless, yeah, I just get comments on the, like, on the video, so I have to actually go to my communities tab and like check. Although that's also funky, because now that I'm looking at it, oh, okay, there it goes. It was doing something weird. But yeah, I'll have to I'll have to like look into that. And yeah, it's um reliant on having mobile. It doesn't come up in the browser, but it's still cool. It's a cool feature. Had it for a couple weeks, but haven't told anyone. I just got the email the other day saying, "Hey, come check it out." But let's switch back to the Inktense. Yeah, cuz I mean not everybody has Discord, and unless they direct message you on like Instagram, people can't really share their own stuff like on a community type function. So yeah, it's nice to have that option. Hopefully they expand it to browser. Um, I'm guessing they probably started with mobile because most people have their mobile phone on them and take photos with it. So it's easier to upload photos from your phone than to have to send it to yourself and use the browser. So I can kind of understand why they started with it um on mobile. But yeah, I would definitely like notifications on that because obviously it needs to be like moderated, and if somebody posts something inappropriate or rude that I don't want up there, I'd rather not have it sit there for like a day because I didn't click the tab because I didn't know that it was there. Unless maybe there's just something I need to adjust in my settings. Who knows what? Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see how this looks before. Oh, I thought there was a cat out there trying to get in. Guess it's a work in progress. Yeah, we'll see what they end up doing with it. I do like though that because obviously like when we do color alongs and whatnot like that, and people are coloring the same image, uh, if they tag me on Instagram, then I get to see what they're doing and share their stuff that way, which will still continue, but it's also nice to have the option for people to share it like on the page as well, on the channel page. Because then obviously I know that, like, hey, you're in the live stream or you commented on a video that said that you're going to follow along. So I know that you have YouTube and that function should be like available to you, whereas not everybody has Instagram and Discord and all that stuff. I don't know why I do this like I'm left-handed. I should have started over here. Okay, that's kind of cool looking. I don't dislike that. And the this gray has kind of a blue undertone to it anyways, so all right. I'm going to take my break and go give the cats their lunch. So I'm going to throw the BRB screen up, put some music on for you guys, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna work on this for a little bit longer. I think I'm gonna have to probably adjust um my start and end times for the summer. I'll have to kind of ponder over what I might need to do there, um but yeah, so we'll probably go for another little bit, and then I think I'll probably stop for the day. We'll keep it short while we try and get back into a routine. Alright, let's do this the right way and start over here because I'm right-handed. That way I'm not dragging my hand through wet ink. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. I'll have to go in and do some touch-ups with some colored pencil, but we can't do that until it dries, so. Let's see. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and just kind of do this little area here. And then see how it looks. And then that might be where I stop for the day. Cause it is actually quite hot in my office. Like I'm literally starting to feel like I'm going to melt. Um, but I do want to get some of the background in, and since this part is wet, I won't be able to do the top part. But oh, it's hot there too. Yeah, it's and of course since we got all the rain yesterday, it's like because everything was wet and now it's supposed to be like 90 the next few days, so it's gonna be like humid 90 since everything is wet. And my PC puts out a ridiculous amount of heat, and it's in the like the cubby, like directly behind where I'm sitting. Hey, Double A, how are ya? Welcome, welcome. I hope you are well. Yeah, I really need to, I have one somewhere because I used to use it with the PlayStation. I have a little portable USB fan that I really need to, like, put inside there to keep the, PC a little cooler. I don't know how how much that's going to do for me, but at least it will hopefully keep my computer from dying. I am using Inktense. I was doing some colored pencil work earlier on the blue part of the fan and a little bit around her face and on her hair, but the base is indeed Inktense. Day off of work for the holiday. Bank holiday makes me wish requested a long weekend. You must be in the UK. My friend was telling me his 3 day weekend got screwed up, so he's got tomorrow off, but he's got to work Saturday. I think, or he has today off. One or the other. But either way, he said his 3 day weekend got screwed up. Oh, you're in the U.S. Oh, it's Juneteenth. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah. I'm also in the US. I'm used to hearing bank holidays in terms of like overseas, and I have a good friend that lives in the UK, and but that makes sense. Yeah. Learn to say bank holiday because the UK, EU, and Japan understand it better. That's totally I totally get it. So uh I was in the military for 20 years, so I'm used to it's It's not military time, we just use it. But I'm used to the 24-hour clock. So when I go places and people ask me, like, what time it is, I went to the movies one day and I was like, "Oh, can I get 2 tickets for the 16:30 showing of whatever the movie was?" And she looked at me and was like, "What?" And I'm like, "4:30. I'm sorry. Force of habit." Oh, sorry. I'm multitasking over here. Let me go back here. I have to count for military time every single day, and that habit still makes my brain not work. I'm just so used to it. Like, I mean, 20 years, um, working all the time zones, so should be used to it by now. You just got to start using. You got to get your company on board with just GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and then let everybody else figure out what that is in local. Oh, and thank you for that. You don't have to thank me. I signed up to do a job, but I do appreciate it. Yeah, the 24-hour clock is easy, but it's like when you start getting into, well, we also called it Zulu time, um because that was what our like our flight schedules and whatnot, the system that we use to track all of our flights uses Zulu time, so um it makes it easier for, you know, with all of like the time zone changes and things like that. But then you've got to remember how much to like subtract off or add to figure out what that is in like local time. And that was always the fun part. I We had cheat sheets for that. Executive assistant, so half the time working global and the other half in US, and the other US is struggle with the time zone enough without me asking to switch. That's fair. That's fair. Military time is one thing, but Zulu time is a whole, like a whole other. Always fun around daylight savings and going back. Yeah, because then it's like, oh, GMT plus 5. Oh, nope. GMT plus 4? Late for a flight once, just after the clocks had gone forward because I forgot to adjust Zulu for summertime. Yeah, I've I've done that. Forgot to adjust, and I'm like, why is this aircraft an hour early? Why is this aircraft an hour late? And then I'm like, oh, they're not late. I just wasn't paying attention to the fact that we're now +4 or whatever it was. Oh, I always forget that Arizona doesn't switch. World Time Buddy. Yeah, I remember the World Time Buddy. I think at various points in my career, I probably had that website bookmarked. And then, of course, like, once we got to the point where smartphones and whatnot were, like, the all the rage, and when we could take them on our deployment and potentially still use them for things, I just added, like, I think I added a clock to my phone for pretty much like every time zone. Oh, 113 today. That's gross. It is, what is it? It's only 78 here today, but it's supposed to be not in the 90s over the weekend. Oh, thank you, Double A. I appreciate that. We're not too far off of it being done. I don't know if we'll finish it today. If we don't, I think what I may end up doing is rather than start a new project next week, we'll just wait until July to start on a new page, and I'll just pull a couple whips and we'll do a whip stream. I've been to the airport in Shannon, Ireland, and drank at the bar there. But we weren't allowed to leave the airport, so I can't really say I've been to Ireland. I would just be content with no humidity. Like if it was just dry hot, I think I would be okay. But just the humidity is gross. what are you doing? You gonna come in? Here. Here, come over here. Come over here. Don't sit where it's wet. Good girl. Don't step on the keyboard. Hello, Aluso. How are you? Hi. You don't usually come visit me. What's the matter, bud? What are you doing? What? Yes, this is Esther that's up on my desk right now, and then I don't know if you could hear him, but Aluso was in here. All the cats, apparently, yes. Girl, your booty's in the camera. So this is a frequent occurrence on this channel. Friends are coming to say hello to us. Yes. Hey, hold on. Let's see if it. Let me see if this works. Sometimes my my webcam doesn't quite like to. Oh, it is gonna work today. Come here. You want to say hi? Don't knock my drink over. Come here. You want to say hi? Who's that? Is that Eddie on a camera? Look. Huh? Huh? No, we want to be back on the desk. Okay, please don't knock my drink over. Announcing their presence. You'd think I didn't just feed them. Oh no. Girl, it's your booty. No one wants to see your booty. Okay, there. That's better. I think they'll tolerate your tail. Yeah, we have 5. Hi, bye. Hi, bye. Back. Hi again. She stepped on my keyboard and changed the scene in OBS. But yeah, we have 5 cats up in here, so they just had their lunch about an hour ago, except for the baby, who apparently was up at some point intensely hunting moths on the porch this morning. So she slept through lunch. She'll come out at about an hour and a half later, and I'll have to give her a snack because otherwise she'll just be a tyrant. You got a purr louder. They can't hear you. What? What? That's my drink. Hmm? Don't knock it over. Oh my goodness. Usually she doesn't start this until like around the time that I'm going to try and end my stream, as in like, okay, hey, it's time for you to stop. But apparently we're starting early today, and now there's hair all over this. Now there's hair all over the page. Oh no, that sucks. I too love all the animals. Oh, Esther. What? So that this this actually might be where we have to stop because she is not going to she's not gonna stop until texture. Why is the background on your page? Why does it look like fur? Isn't it supposed to be water? Well, you talk to my cat about that. Hmm. They can't hear you purr. You gotta purr louder. Hmm. She's decided I'm done. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Huh. She's about to start pulling pencils off of the desk. Oh, you could hear her. Hey, hey, do not bite those. Thank you. Those are not cheap. Some of them I have to order from the UK. Yeah, I think that might be where we have to stop for the day. So, we're not quite done with this page, and I do want to finish it before we start anything new. So, I think Tuesday will probably be a whip stream, and I'll pick out like one or two things from my back catalog of stuff. We'll start with this one. Maybe if I can get my stuff done in the morning, we'll go live a little earlier. I don't think I have any appointments on Tuesday, so we should be good for our regular schedule today or Tuesday, my bad. So, um yeah, I think that's going to be where we have to stop for the day. I talked about it earlier. If you are on mobile, you will notice that we now have the community tab. Unfortunately, it is only on mobile and not desktop yet, but it's kind of like Discord and various other social media. So normally, right now on the regular post tab, I'm the only one that can post, and then you guys can leave comments. But now on the community tab, you guys can actually share photos and posts and whatnot of your own work. So if you have things that you want to share, feel free to use that option. Um, and I do have a Discord. It's not very active, but I will go ahead and drop the link. It's probably just going to take it like 11 to 7 minutes to actually come up, and it might not even work. Um, but yeah, community tab is a good place to connect and share your work. So thank you guys so much. I super appreciate it. This is my first stream back after like almost a month. So thank you. Appreciate you guys. And I will see you in the next one. Esther and I apparently are going to go have some bonding time together. So have a great rest of your day. And I will see you later.